Welcome to Masterclass AI 101 Roadmap for Beginners. Are you an engineer or part of an engineering team curious about harnessing the power of artificial intelligence? In this video, we will walk you through a comprehensive AI 101 roadmap perfect for individuals and entire organizations alike. You will learn where to start, which tools to explore, and how to seamlessly embed AI solutions into your everyday workflow, regardless of your team size or your project scope. By the end of this guide, you'll be ready to transform your daily tasks, boost efficiency, and tap into the full potential of AI in your engineering journey. So we prepared an agenda for you today. So this video's agenda includes AI and civil engineering, like the current landscapes, ethical responsibilities, risk management, and how to measure risks, implementation roadmap, all the steps, step by step. Some use cases, we have like amazing 3 demonstrations, future strategies and innovations. So let's talk about the AI and civil engineering, the current landscape. So first of all, before getting into that, let's define AI. What is AI? This is a verbose, a comprehensive definition of artificial intelligence. It basically does the human-like tasks. And performing those tasks include learning from experience, understanding natural language, recognizing patterns, making decisions, and problem solving. AI also leverages algorithms, data, and computational power to mimic cognitive functions such as reasoning, problem solving, perception, and adaptation. So we can basically categorize AI into 2 main categories based on capabilities and based on functionalities. As you can see here on the right side, based on capabilities, the subsections or subcategories of this is called narrow AI, AI, and super AI. And in a little bit, I'll explain every one of them. And based on functionalities, machine learning, deep learning, expert systems, natural language processing, computer vision, and robotics AI. Here, a little bit more explanation on all these types. So based on capabilities, the narrow AI and super AI, whatever we see right now around us, whatever we are interacting with, like TikTok and all these social media and Alexa, Amazon, Siri, Netflix, everything that they're using AI in their systems, those are all a part of narrow AI. General AI is basically about human-like thinking that is still in the research, but it's not in the market yet. And super AI is science fiction, which is only in the movies. It's not been even in the research yet. It's like singularity and all those. So that's pretty far-fetched. And the more practical or functionality-based AIs are like machine learning, for example, is one type of AI, which it's, for example, if you have a project, a civil engineering project, or any type of engineering project, then the bid items, price predictions. Learning method, for example, a regression method, finding patterns. And that's basically the price prediction for using machine learning. In deep learning, for example, Google Translate, facial recognition, or generative AI, like, for example, ChatGPT and all these other uh, uh, large language models, or the image generation AI. So those are all examples. Expert systems, I can see like the expert systems, the closest to the engineering workflow, to the engineering project delivery. So this is the closest one. This, for example, like the financial fraud detection and IBM Watson Health. So in 2 major industries, the health industry and the finance industry, that they're very intricate, complicated, and very sensitive industries that they're using or embedding AI solutions and systems into their day-to-day operations. And then natural language processing, it's a subset of deep learning, but it's embedded into deep learning. But I separated it here because nowadays a lot of focus on this, the NLPs, and a lot of text bases. Here you can have like a ChatGPT from OpenAI, Copilot from Microsoft, DeepMind from Google, or Claude from Anthropic or DeepSeek. So that's a new model came out recently from China. So these are all some large language models, the text-based models. And some examples for the computer vision, for example, you're opening your iPhone with your face detection, so facial recognition, and the object detection for autonomous vehicles or self-driving cars, X-ray diagnosis for medical fields. And some other examples for the robotics AI, like the Tesla humanoids or industrial assembly line robots. Furthermore, on the AI and civil engineering, the current landscape, so AI from academia perspective. So in the universities nationwide, for example, Stanford University, a course in the civil engineering, it's called AI in construction, that's CEE 329. You can go ahead and I'll put the link down in the description. You can go ahead and find out about their course and their syllabus. So basically, the purpose or objective of that course is to evaluate the architectural, engineering, and construction processes and structural AI solutions. And furthermore, identify and address the perceptual gap between what AI and AAC is doing and what it can do and what is advertised of doing. So these are all the topics that this course is focusing on, and it's a pretty interesting course. So there's another university, Carnegie Mellon University. They have a master's of science and engineering and AI. So they basically combine the civil engineering knowledge with the AI and machine learning fundamentals. So if you're running an engineering consultancy, or you are running an engineering team, or you are an engineer, so this is basically you fulfill the half of the circle, and you're enthusiastic or so interested into taking a master's degree, so you can go ahead, and this is in my opinion, is the best option. And they're like intersectional courses, domain and AI. Domain is basically that engineering and the AI fundamentals. And integrated capstone project and extension option is also available if you want to go ahead and do applied studies, like the actual applied industry like projects, or advanced study like a PhD or more research type of work afterwards. So this is also available. This is like only two examples. There are a lot of other universities that they provide the AI and plus engineering solutions or courses as well. More from the industry perspective and more from the public agencies perspective. So we can say like the San Francisco Municipality Transportation Agency, or SFMTA, now they call it MUNI. So they integrated basically autonomous vehicle into the public transit system. So the link is there, and you can see it also from the description, and go ahead and read it for yourself. And also the DOT, or which is a federal organization, it's a public agency. They're basically providing funding for all adopting or deploying AI-based tools and solutions into internal operations, research, and citizen-facing services. So investments in the application of AI includes NLP, which is natural language processing, computer vision, and machine learning-based predictive analytics. So you can go ahead and take advantage. If you're working for the public side, you can take advantage of all these grants and funding and all these research funding. So that's an example of the Muni that they are adding. These are businesses like autonomous vehicles, like Cruise, Waymo, and a bunch of others that they are testing inside the city, and as like without the driver. Those are autonomous vehicles. So what is missing? You saw like from academia some examples, like from public perspective some examples, the actual industry, but there are still a lot of areas that you can apply this AI into. Like for example, the design. If you're designing a mechanical engineer, you're designing a mechanical system or pipelines, or a building, a bridge, a dam. So inside your design or delivery of your project, you can embed AI systems or AI solutions as well. Or in your management, if you're like managing a big engineering team, you can install, or you can use these AI solutions into the operations for operation efficiency as well. And there are a lot of other low-hanging fruit as well that you can tap onto. Let's talk about the ethics uh, and regulations of AI systems. The three main categories that you have to consider depending on your line of work. So, for example, data privacy becomes very important if you're dealing with the customer, human resources, health industries, and finance industries. So, you're dealing a lot with the sensitive data. So, data privacy it gets very essential and paramount. And then if you're doing a lot with engineering and the public safety infrastructure designs, like transparency is very important for engineers. Like how the AI system is designing something, for example, or how AI system is predicting an outcome. So those are like the transparency is very important because majority of the engineers and technical people, they're skeptical and they want to see how the system works to trust it. So building that trust, it needs transparency and then accountability. So whoever is developing these AI systems, they need to be accountable. Some more on the ethical responsibilities because the first answer or question that comes into everybody's mind is Gen AI lying to me? So the short answer is maybe. And whenever you're using the chat GPT at the bottom, it also says as a disclaimer that it might be wrong. So that is the maybe from there. And if you go deeper a little bit with the Gen AI, is basically these type of systems or models will make their best guess on what you're looking for. Whatever the prompt you gave them, so based on that prompt, it can guess to you whatever you're looking for. But most current models, they will not tell you that they do not know or they don't understand your question. So they will provide you something, and it will be pretty convincing as well. So this situation is called hallucinations, and hallucination is pretty dangerous if you're dealing with like public safety kind of projects, or you're designing based on whatever the generative AI is telling you. So this is why it's very important to always double check everything that you get it from the AI. You have to double check it. Or if you're putting up a report and you're using the Gen AI, make sure that you read it once again before submitting it or releasing it. So furthermore, there's an example of what a precise or a detailed prompt look like. So this is a detailed prompt. Like if you really want an automated system for example, like a bridge design project, right? And you're asking the generative AI or these large language models how to give you a work frame, how to give you an answer, where to start, like some ideas. So you have to explain everything that you have in mind as basically say your role. You're an expert AI researcher and consultant specializing in AI applications for public transportation agencies with particular expertise in bridge engineering and design. So this sentence is basically putting boundaries for the LLM. And you say your output should be within these boundaries. Is one example. Like this can be applicable to all these other requests from the LLMs. So these are some of the examples, like in text language, that you want to text or chatting with some people, like for with humans. Then these kind of interjections and connotations is not going to give you a good result. So try to avoid this kind of language in interactions with the AI or LLM. So here, let's talk a little bit about the risk management and how to measure risks. So first of all, uh, you got to consider this is a universal risk matrix, likelihood versus impact, and the low, medium, high, and critical types of risks. So whatever problem or project you have, just put it out there, dissect it as much as you can, and then think about it or brainstorm it, like whether or not it will be in the medium section or low risk section or the high risk section or critical. So for AI project scopes, for example, so asset extraction for AI, video, and LiDAR systems. So asset extraction, for example, if you have an autonomous vehicle on the road, right? And the cameras installed in these autonomous vehicles, they should provide you the labeled data, whatever is in whatever it can see. These cameras they can see. So this is a stop sign. This is a pedestrian. This is a truck. This is a signal, traffic signal. Like all these asset extraction from the video. Or if they have like a lidar installed on their cars, right? So it can uh, tell you what's going on and what are the obstacles around that LiDAR system. So we have a lot of data right now out there and a lot of labeled data as well. So it's pretty low risk. So you can find it with the more than 95% accuracy that it can provide you good results. Or for another example, automating project delivery processes. So a little bit more in depth, like for example, in engineering project delivery, right? So like documentation or organizing your document or providing more efficiency into contacting your stakeholders or shareholders. So that's a pretty easy task that you can use the AI automation to automate that kind of tasks, and that's a low risk. Or another example, employee training. So you're building a chatbot or the Notebook LM. I have a demo. I'll show it to you later in the video. So you can train your employees to literally talk to your standards, your resources, and data from your company. And that's pretty low risk because the data is out there. The only thing that the AI it does is just like kind of organizing and searching, crawling through your data and give you the reference and the feedback, which is pretty low risk. However, if you're going, for example, signal timing in traffic, so signal optimization in real time. So here, the main word or the main thing is real time. So real time is pretty important, and this is why it bumps up the risk to a medium risk. So, for example, if you're at an intersection in the real time, it has to make it some decisions for you, the signal time in the background. So if there's a congestion in that corridor, it has to give you more green lights, more time for the green lights in that corridor. So it has to realize where is the congestion. So that's a little medium risk because if not, the impact will be on the motorists. So that's why it's medium risk. And then on the other hand, there are some high risk projects that you can deal with too. It's like generative design for structure like bridges. So these are like the public safety infrastructure. So you cannot ignore the impact or the essence of the impact for these projects. So if you're relying solely on the AI to generate a design for you, to generate some design that it might affect the public safety in long run, so that's pretty high risk. So you don't want to neglect that kind of risk or impact. Or another example, using AI to make hiring, like disciplinary actions on employees and promotion decisions. So these are pretty high risk projects that you're dealing with. So this is how you measure risk. So this is the implementation roadmap based on Andrew Ying's transformation strategy book. So I'll provide you the link in the description as well. Basically, this is like the 5 major steps for any team or any organization that you can apply AI into or embed AI into your daily work. So first of all, execute pilot projects to prove your concept. So a lot of engineers, technical people, that they're non-coders, non-developers, or non-AI users. So they're skeptical. So they want to see the results first. So you pinpoint some problems, some small projects. It doesn't matter how small or how big the project is, but they have to be successful. So that's how the pilot projects or proof of concept works. The second step, it gives like a build an AI in-house AI team. So you have to uh, bring up like-minded people in the business or in the team that they're enthusiastic about the AI applications. So this is why it's very important to build your team, and that team should have access to the data in the organization to clean it, label it, and prepare it for one specific purpose. So pinpoint the project, build your team, and the team should work on the data to prepare it for that project. Then provide AI training. So this kind of training is also important for your executive levels, for the project management manager level, and for the engineering level. So, for example, in the executive level, you will provide, like, for example, 8 hours of training, and for project managers level, for example, 24 hours of training, and for the engineers level, like more than 200 hours of training for them, and you have to build that kind of training as well. Then develop AI strategy. AI strategy will be like a book or a standard manual that all next projects that you're choosing, it has to follow that strategy. It's like basically a checklist or a standard operating procedure for your AI applications. And finally, you have to enhance your communications internally and externally. Internally, of course, like when you're building AI team, the AI team should be in contact with other sub-functions in your organization. And externally, it's basically like with the AI providers or all these AI solution providers that they're out there, and that's what they're doing on a daily basis. So you have to have good communications with them as well. Let's talk a little bit on the use cases. So use cases of AI is in a different variety of industries. For example, healthcare, finance, transportation, and retail. So a little bit more in detail, let's talk about the civil engineering. So civil engineering, whatever you're thinking of that they're including in civil engineering, like if it's a 3D printing, if it's like a training, employee training, management, cost estimation, scheduling, high-rise buildings, dam construction or bridges, transportation, BIM, environmental or surveying, whatever it is related to civil engineering, if you think deeper, you can apply AI into it. So this is why just whatever industry or whatever line of work you are, so this could be applicable to you. And a little bit more deeper, like into common goals and objectives or mission or vision of all these services, all these companies related to civil engineering. So these 6 ones are, I kind of copied it from some of the public agencies, that they are pretty common. Like safety is number one. If you're building or designing any type of engineering project, safety is number one. And excellence, which is more like employee training and professional development, all those is related to excellence. And multimodal, for example, the transportation agencies. Efficiency, of course, like every engineer is trained or wired to design for efficiency. Or climate action, so it's basically like 10% of the whole world's carbon emission is due to the concrete. So we have to be cognizant of the climate as well. And equity, of course, like this more HR related issues and projects. So you can, example here, there's a one problem that I found out like from one of those public agencies that they have around 31 engineering manuals. 31 engineering manuals, and I personally counted all the pages. So these are like 7,350 pages. So if you're hiring a new engineer and a new engineer is on board and you're asking a question and asking them like, go ahead and find it. So it will take for a human engineer to take, it will take a long time to find. So if you have, for example, a chatbot, a notebook LM, or like something AI driven or AI solution for it, so that will save a lot of time. Or for another example, like for example, site engineer on site during the construction site, how much he or she loves like writing daily reports, and daily reports is mandatory for every single day of the construction period, and towards the end of the project it gets archived in the final project records. So if imagine you're in the night shift, visibility is very low and your handwriting is very difficult, and it might not be accurate because the human factor kicks in and your lethargy, exhaustion, like during the construction. So you have to write your report. Then if you're using AI solutions, that will save you a lot of time and provide a lot of accuracy as well. And another example, like this is a geotech related example, like if you're one of those decision makers and you're in the meeting and you don't have the log of test borings for that site or the new project site, then how can you effectively approximate the soil type for that location? So these are all problems that you can think of, and it's like a more machine learning solution for it. As I mentioned before, the solution one, it's a text-based, a lot of manuals. You can feed it to all these LLMs or like Notebook LM, whatever. Then you can literally talk to your manuals and data or resources. Or the second one is literally speech to text. You can take advantage of this algorithm out there, or facial recognition if you want to record your employees or your crew staff on site on every specific date of the construction. Or the third solution is pretty much is machine learning, classical statistical method that you're building a model, a predictive model based on historical data, and then the model is ready. So the new data, I give you an example of like that new project or new geolocation, or for example, the new parameters, and then using that predictive model, and that will be your soil type or outcome. So the top right in here, I wanted to showcase like that every single, for example, engineering consultancy or engineering company, they have almost all of these three circles. The subject matter expertise, of course, they're engineers, engineering firms, or a team. Mathematics and statistics, like engineers, they love math, so they do have knowledge of math and statistics. And of course, they have like an IT section, an IT related department that they're using with the big data and the whole company's data in dealing with all the network, the data retention policies and everything. So they do have it. So if we combine all these three sets, then you will have the solution. That is basically the AI or the artificial intelligence or the data science. That's what you need, basically. So integrating all sources of information in here into one in the intersection, that's what you need, basically. So this is the three demonstrations that I chose, and the links are also in the description as well. So you can go ahead and watch my other videos for every single one of them. So this is just an introduction and give you an idea and paint you a picture. And so how efficient these solutions might be for your case. So this is a Notebook LM. It's out there. It's readily available. You can use it right now. It's free. This is a product, right? So you have a construction engineer on site, and for example, 11 p.m. or 12 a.m., all of a sudden the engineer has a question, and the question could be answered in the one of those, like, for example, 7,000 pages. The answer is out there. So instead of waiting till 8 a.m., like 8 hours, this engineer to get the results or the answers from one of the subject matter experts, you can literally talk, or he can literally chat with the data on site. In a matter of seconds, you can have your answer. So how to use and how to set up the Notebook LM, I provided another video. The video is out there, so you can go ahead and check it out, how to use that tool. The next concept demo is, as I mentioned before, the construction daily reports. The construction daily reports, I built an AI agent for that, and I basically combined the Telegram application, which is something similar to WhatsApp, Init IO. So this is a free platform, the open source platform, if you host it yourself. Then Google Sheets, Google Drive, and OpenAI, and ChatGPT, and the Open Weather. So basically what it does is you're literally talking to the Telegram application. This is your phone. So you're basically talking to your Telegram application. You're recording your voice and sending it. Or also you're sending your current location. If you're on the job site, you're sending your current location, and you can see here in the location gets populated automatically in the report. And when it's a live location, you click on it and it goes directly to that location. And as soon as you share the location, the weather information gets populated here as well. So all comprehensive, like visibility, wind speed, like ground level, sea level, everything gets populated, which is very important for your construction site as well. And after that, you can go ahead and record. So the recording is very simple. It's like same like a WhatsApp. You can record your voice, and it gets populated. So it can actually recognize where's like it's a remark, or if are you talking about an equipment, or you're talking about labor. So it gets populated into these designated columns. So towards the end, with all the timestamps, towards the end, also it generates a report for you, and you can share the photos as well, the site photos. And the video link is also in the description. You can go ahead and check it out. So the third and last concept demo for this video will be the Google AI Studio. And this is very interesting for me that they have a major new upgrade for this one. And basically you're sharing your screen with AI, with the Google DeepMind or Gemini. So basically, whatever is on your screen, the Google AI can understand it. So I tested it on Midas Civil and Seaside Bridge and Autodesk. So they were pretty accurate, very coherent instructions. How to, it just tutors you. It's an AI tutor for you. You can test it out, and the video is also out there and available, the YouTube video. So you can go ahead and see it from the description as well for yourself. So some near future work, this was some milestones that I created for myself. An example, like find problems no matter how big or small. So I gave myself 1 month and scale up your first successful pilot. So this needs a lot of, you have to go through a lot of approvals and you scale it up and you make it like a standardized project. So I gave myself 6 months. So still I'm working on this to scale it up, the first pilot project. Automated structure construction diaries. So this was one of the problems that I found out. And I said, okay, this could be automated and it will, a lot of people will benefit from this. I gave myself 6 months, but I delivered it in less than 6 months. So the video is already out there and I shared the demo as well for you. Follow the AI adopting roadmap steps. So this is what we are doing, and we are following all those steps that I showed you, the 5 steps. So I gave myself 12 months, but still, like, I've been following those roadmap steps less than 12 months. And begin cleaning data. This is like long term and allocate resources. These are like very long term aspects. So, whatever, first of all, you have to pinpoint the project. What problem do you want to solve? Then tailor the data or clean the data, prepare the data per your problem. So this is also long term, and new projects, new type of data is necessary. So this is also being done. And you can generate a list like this for yourself as well. And that's how you can keep yourself in check. These are some references that I used the information in this video for you. And I will also provide all these links in the description as well for you. And please do not forget, if you followed this long in the video, so please like and subscribe and provide your comments or feedback. What else do you want to see in future videos? So thank you very much. Take care.